Oh, here we go, YouTube. We're playing Cinderella Phenomenon, and I'm not having the OP theme blare in your ears for the first 5 seconds. Nice. That almost happened, but then I didn't change my video settings. Alright, let's load into Rod's route. Twitch, you can all point fingers at and laugh at the YouTube crowd. It's your one benefit of being here during the Twitch stream. Alright, so last time that we played, we learned that our mom is a witch and that we are also a witch next in line for the, the Tenebrarum? So we would bring darkness and potentially cause another war if we stayed the way that we were. And so the witch what was her name? Dorothy. She inflicted the curse on us, it was revealed, so that she could test us to see if we were possible of being good and not causing another war that would destroy the kingdom. And it was also revealed that our mom forced our dad into marrying her, otherwise she would have killed Ophelia, the lady that he actually loved, which is Emmeline and Rod's mother. So, we're the product of a really unhappy marriage. But you know what? We got Rod with us, so we'll be okay. We'll be happy. We got newfound family situation here, and we're gonna be a good person and not cause another war, right guys? Haha, YouTube crowd, be not like watching the stream. Haha, totally wasn't the YouTube crowd for the last few streams. Lucette is just like me for real, right? Lusette's so relatable. Imagine watching this on YouTube instead of Twitch. We don't point fingers and laugh at the YouTube crowd. We point and laugh at you 90% of the time. Hey, well, at least you got the 10% of the time to point at other people. We're gonna be good people? I'm sorry, am I not supposed to be here? No, it's why you are 100% welcome here. Lusette's just gotta be the one that's good. We can be bad people. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Goldie. Anyway, let's actually get started with the game now. I thought that one day the two of them might even grow to love each other, but... Emmeline let out a long sigh as she directs her attention out the window. Also, to answer your question, Kit Bees, they are not half-siblings. Because Rod's dad is not the king. They had a different dad than us. So we're not related to them, like, through blood. His attitude towards her had changed ever since he was cursed. And they grew even more distant when Viorica found a lover, yeah. So we also found out last time that Rod has been confirmed to have been in love with Viorica, which I saw that one coming. Is that the reason why you've been going to the toy shop with Prince Rod? Because you want to bring them back together? Emily nods. The three of us were best friends, the Three Musketeers. It's not the same without Rod. I keep on asking him what's wrong, but he refuses to tell me. He's always been stubborn, but not like him to keep secrets. It's really frustrating because I have no idea what I should do to help him. I thought he was just being stubborn with me, but apparently no amount of prodding, even from his own family, will make him budge. Think of them as strangers who were forced to live in the same place, yeah. That's especially probably more notable now that we know that, you know, the marriage with the dad wasn't something that he wanted for, like, Lusette's mom. So everyone kind of just hated Lucette, not just because she was an asshole, but because she was also the result of, like, a forced, like, you have to marry me and have my children, or else I will murder the person you love, and also I'm probably gonna cause another war. So yeah, all around fucked up stuff going on here in Cinderella Phenomenon. I hope you do not mind me asking, but what do you know about his curse? And that's especially, like, the more you think about it, the more you really get to respect Emmeline because she knew, like everyone knew about Lucettes' history, like of being a witch and everything, except for Lucette. Lucette didn't know that her mom was a witch. Her mom erased her memories and everything, so she had no idea this was going on. So the fact that Emmeline was trying to still be friends with her, even when she knew all of this stuff going on, honestly really makes me respect Emmeline a lot. Emmeline stares at me for a few moments before nodding. You're my friend, Lucette, and I know that I can confide in you. I know that sometimes I'm not trusting enough, but I think Emmeline is still far too trusting. We only know that he has the Mermaid's curse. Lucette's mom being a yandere, but for the power she gets as a queen and not for the king. Yeah. I've read this story so many times, hoping that I can figure out some way to break his curse. I think back and realize that I'd actually read the beginning of The Little Mermaid a long time ago, but I didn't have the chance to finish it because I was caught by Mother. The Little Mermaid is about a mermaid who trades her voice for legs, right? Yeah, and it's all about, like, being in love with someone and how you have to, like, tell the person that you love them. Or something like that. Or else you turn into sea foam. Emmeline, my beloved. I'm, like, trying to remember the actual, like, original My Little Mermaid. I remember it had a dark ending. Yes, she does it so she can be with her prince. Rod's voice was taken away, but I'm sure that he was given something in exchange. She turns into foam because she couldn't kill the one she loves. Oh, that was the original. Yeah, I must have gotten it mixed with the, like, Disney version too. Yeah, she was supposed to kill him. Because, like, her sisters were like, if you kill him, you won't turn into foam. But then she was like, nope, I'd rather turn into foam. I've heard that the curses are derived from the original tales, but that they're twisted in some way to fit the format of a curse. I nod slowly, thoughtful. I have a strong feeling that Rod's curse is related to Viorica, but I cannot draw the connection. But still, Viorica might be the key to understanding his curse. She actually tried to kill him when he was asleep, but she just couldn't do it in the end. Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to read that story. I remember really liking the Little Mermaid movie, like the Disney movie as a kid, but I never actually read the original story. If Rod will not divulge anything, the next best chance we have of understanding his curse might be going through Viorica. Like, my best memory for the original Little Mermaid was because Full Moon Osagashite did, like, a thing where they had to do a story based off of the Little Mermaid, and Mitsuki talked about it a little bit, and I was like, oh wow, that was actually the original? Today is the first time that I'm leaving the palace on a day off. Usually I choose to stay inside. Yeah, Hans Christian Andersen. That man made some fucked up stories, didn't he? Whereas the other servants always leave to go home, I never see any reason to leave since this has always been my home. And the Marchand has never been home. Besides, it's not as if I want to return. Not after that conversation we all shared last time. Thus, I've spent most of my days asking questions about Mother's reign, inquiring when and where I can. Opinions do not surprise me. Hey, it's past midnight, so happy birthday! Oh, thank you! It is another 8 hours until it is for me. So thank you! Lynn loves Little Mermaid. Oh yeah, I know Lynn really likes mermaids, huh? No surprise since he's doing, like, a mermaid webtoon now. Oh, hey, same here, actually. Happy birthday, Elio! Oh, thank you! Thank you! I'm 203 years old now. I was so scared of her. One wrong move and she'd have you thrown in prison. The townsfolk would always wait for her to pass by before leaving their houses. She was a tyrant. The kingdom is a better place now that she's gone. There's no reason for them to lie to me. The more I hear, the more my old life makes sense to me. Yeah, only 203. Yeah, only 203. I'm pretty young, huh? I now know why the king never seemed to love Mother and why the people hated her. You're so young. Yes. I'm the very face of a young bunny. And the reason people looked at me with such fear. Ellie was so young, what a lad. Yeah, I'm the exact opposite of a boomer. 203? You could pass off for 195. Thank you, Twi. However, it's been months since I had been glared at in public. If there's one good thing that this curse did for me, it's that it allows me to travel around town without being noticed. As Viorica's shop comes into view, my thoughts shift to the reason I have left the palace in the first place. If Rod will not tell me anything, I'll have to ask Viorica. She must be related in some way to his curse. Such a young boy. Go go gaga. I'm baby. I pause outside the door to the toy shop. With a deep breath, I push the door open. Welcome! The moment she sees me, her expression becomes confused. Oh, you're the princess's maid. Lucette, wasn't it? I nod at her. You've never come in here alone before. What can I help you with? Yeah, didn't Hans Christian Andersen do, like, the little match girl story? Wasn't the little match girl, like, really fucked up? Like, didn't she die in, like, the snow or something like that? I wanted to ask you something. It's about Prince Rod. God, I fucking cried reading The Little Match Girl. Yeah, The Little Match Girl is so depressing. She's just, like, trying to sell matches so that she can, like, eat and get through the day, right? Prince Rod? Did something happen to him? Is he okay? He's fine. She sighs with relief. Then, what is it you would like to ask? I just wanted to know if you knew anything about Prince Rod's sudden muteness. She was a homeless girl who died in the cold and her grandmother took her to heaven. Yeah. He did also Steadfast Tin Soldier. Did he do the what was that, the name of that story? The something queen? The Snow Queen? Isn't the Snow Queen like the basis for Frozen? I just wanted to know if you knew anything about Prince Rod's sudden muteness. Viorica stares at me for a few moments before she shakes her head. She froze to death while seeing hallucinations of a warm dinner and just warmth without selling a single match. Oh, that's so sad! I only know that it happened soon after I met my fiancé, Desamond. I remember there was another story that was kind of similar to Little Match Girl that I remember reading when I was a kid. But it, like, involved a dog, which I think was the real reason why I cried so much. Well, yeah, I think I remember reading a story about a dog that was, like, looking for his owner in the cold. And then he died and got to be reunited with his owner. I remember that one made me super sad. I try to think of a plausible explanation for this, and I immediately consider Emmeline. Viorica is Emmeline's best friend. Surely she would be willing to help if she knew I was doing this for Emmeline. Prince Rod has been very quiet recently. Princess Emmeline has been worried sick about him, but he refuses to say anything, even to her. I've been trying to gather information that might be helpful in discerning the cause. I stare at her expectantly, hoping that my gaze holds nothing but determination. Finally, Viorica smiles. The disappointment when I realized Viorica wasn't Emmeline's girlfriend and Rod wasn't stepping back because he wanted his sister to be happy as a match. Right? In a perfect world, Viorica would be engaged to Emmeline. Can't believe she's She's fallen for, like, what is that one term? Compet? Yeah. She's a compet. She's, like, in a compet relationship, but she really loves Emmeline. That's my headcanon. She's lucky to have a dedicated friend like you. I'm still not accustomed to the fact that Emmeline considers me a friend. And that's why Emmeline is so, you know, like, against meeting a boy at the ball, because she's in love with Viorica. God, we could have had such tea if that was what happened. What the hell? Before she became the princess, I was her first confidant. We were like sisters. Like sisters? No. But now that she's living in the castle, we no longer have the luxury of spending so much time together. I worry about her constantly. Even around me, Emma always tended to keep her problems to herself at first. She doesn't like to bother other people with them. It is hard not to agree. With the way Emmeline was always smiling before, I never thought she had any problems in her life. I think Tenkle has a better explanation for why Emmeline doesn't want to meet boys at the ball. They're all degenerates. It was only recently that I discovered that she was hiding all her loneliness and pain behind a smile. It's a relief that she's befriended someone who cares so much about her. I don't know if I can be of much help, but I'll tell you what I know if it will help Emmeline. To start with, I'm not exactly sure how everything changed, but it all happened so suddenly. All I know is that after the night I met Desmond, our relationship changed. Yeah, Rod saw you were in a compet relationship and he was shattered. Because he knew that Emmeline loved you and that you guys were an item, but also because he had a crush on you too. A Cinderella phenomenon fanfic where Viorica and Emmeline are girlfriends and are gonna be married, and that's why Rod doesn't want to break his curse, because he wants his sister and his childhood friend to be happy no matter what, right? Oh, that would be so good! Get on it, people, come on. So much potential. That would have been such a better outcome than what we got. Oh my god, could you see the drama that would happen from that? And just like, that would make Rod even more respectable for deciding to not cure his curse. Oh my god. Because he loves his sister. At first he still smiled, but recently he's been avoiding me. What happened between the two of you the night you met your fiancé? Nothing. Rod and I did not meet on that day. Prince Rod wasn't there. Oh, he was watching. No, but soon after what happened that night, Rod grew distant. Oh, what if he, like, prepared a gift for her, and he was running, and then he saw them together, and he, like, ran off? What if the stuffed animal that he has on him is the gift that he was gonna give Viorica? What if? What happened? It was a stormy night and I was heading back home. I took the route by the riverbank because it was the shortest route. It was foolish of me. The road was slippery and full of mud. I lost my footing and fell into the water. Okay, I don't think that's what actually happened now. I don't think that actually happened with Rod preparing a gift for her. The waves were strong and I was certain I was going to drown. I don't remember what happened in the darkness of that water. Only that when I woke up, my head was in dissonance like, what if Rod saved... Oh... Because the Little Mermaid saves the prince. That was the first time we met, but not the last. He carried me home, and he came by every day as I was recovering. And then he came to visit, even after I had recovered. Well, 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 how the turntables. Subby being intended as a gift sounds very likely, yeah, definitely. But he just never gave it to her. I try not to get my hopes up too much, because what could this nobleman see in me, a mere commoner? Oh yeah, that's right. It was gifted to him by Parfait. I am dumb. But I still ended up falling in love with him. You have no idea how happy I was when he said he loved me too. It was a dream come true. Of course every girl dreams of marrying a prince. It was in all of the fairy tales that I read as a child. None of that was at all related to Rod. How does this relate to his curse? I'm guessing maybe he saved her during the storm, but like wasn't there when like Desmond was around. Oh my god. Of course Hans Christian Andersen makes messed up stories. He's a sad man. The Little Mermaid was based off of him falling in love with a straight dude. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh man. That makes the story even sadder. I hope Hans Christian Andersen was able to find someone. You said your relationship with Prince Rod changed after that night. What happened? Viorica sighs. I told Em and Rod about Desmond soon after the incident. Em was happy that the two of us had fallen in love, but Rod didn't say much of anything. That's when I noticed he started growing distant, and when I realized that he had also lost his voice. He still won't tell me anything, but I figured that he was... Her voice fades, but I know that she's referring to the curse. So, Rod lost his voice shortly after Viorica met Desmond. The mermaid's curse must have something to do with the tail. The Little Mermaid traded her voice for legs so that she could be with her prince, but that night, the only person who found their prince charming was Viorica. Rod's curse must have something to do with Desmond and Viorica. He became distant with her after finding out about Desmond. Why? Then there's the fact that he still spoke to Viorica, even if he was distant. It was only when he found out about their wedding that he became so cold. I frowned as I tried to organize my thoughts. How did it get to be this late? I'm so sorry, Lucette, but I have to close the shop now. Sorry for the story. I know it has nothing to do with Rod, but it was after that incident that he began to act strangely. I don't think it was much help, but... No, that was a lot of help. I shake my head. You have told me what you could. Viorica walks me to the door, opening it so that the both of us can step out onto the street together. I really hope that you're able to help Emmeline and Rod. I hope so too. Yeah, it would make more sense for him to get cursed when he finds out that they're married. So like, the fact that this happens right when they met? That's strange. Did you see Ophelia the other day? I catch sight of two noblewomen sitting on a bench together, not too far away from the toy shop. They're referring to Ophelia without her title. How disrespectful. Who would have thought a peasant like her could almost look like royalty? But her dress... As the queen, she ought to be wearing silks rather than satin. Y'all, let her wear whatever she wants. My god. If she wants to wear satin, let her wear satin. Like, silk's kind of got like a... kind of a fucky texture to it, doesn't it? Like, it's super soft. Maybe she's got like a, you know, a really bad sensitivity to the texture. Have you ever thought? But just talking shit about mom, better square up. Yeah, get out of here, ladies. I don't know why, but I bristle at their comments. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, but the fact that they're speaking so bluntly in public means they have little worry of being overheard. I'm still not sure what the king saw in her. Well, you know what they say about ladies lacking natural beauty. What the fuck? Yeah, you're lacking natural beauty in your heart, ladies. Her talents must lie in other more persuasive areas. Oh my god! She must be very persuasive indeed if the king sought with Wild to marry her. Y'all? Isn't it because Rod was the one who actually saved her, but he didn't admit it, so Emmeline assumed her fiancé did? He kept his silence then, so he's mute now. Maybe, that might be it, Twy. That might be it. As the two women laugh, I feel something hot begin to burn in my stomach. Viorica takes in a sharp breath beside me. Since I became a maid in the palace, Ophelia has been nothing but kind to me, a mere servant. She has all the right to flaunt her status and title, yet she remains humble. I now know that this is why everyone at the palace loves her. Aww, I love to see her growth as a character. Common women like her can only keep a man's attention for so long. I start walking towards them without thinking. Lucette, I wouldn't... You have no right to say those things about the queen. Yeah, I love Lucette so much. She's so good. I knew that she was gonna have really good character growth because she's kind of one of those characters that gives me that vibe, and I'm so glad that I was right. Lucette is great. I love how, like, she definitely does come to learn about, like, you know, not being a bad person, but she still, like, keeps the core tenets of herself of being, like, confident and everything, like, speaking up, but, like, in a good way. So I like that. Like, she doesn't keep quiet now. Like, she will speak up still, but she won't, you know, do it in a bad way. It honestly feels so natural. Yeah, very natural growth. The two women are clearly surprised at my interruption. Both of them glare at me. And you have no right to eavesdrop on us. Y'all be, like, shouting it into a megaphone. Maybe y'all should just shut up. You ever think about that? Eavesdropping. Anyone could have heard you. Their mouths fall open. One of the women looks at me for a long time, then sneers suddenly as if something has occurred to her. I thought you looked familiar. You're the Crown Princess's personal maid. I see you always following her around when she's in town. This is none of your business, girl. Why do you care so much for our opinions? Perhaps it's because the girl idolizes the queen. Thinks she might also go from rags to riches. Y'all, shut up. I went from riches to rags. Shut up. What? Imagine talking shit about the princess. They could get in so much trouble for this. Yeah, they're probably like taking advantage of the fact that the queen and the princess are nice people. Oh, you do have a point. They stand and advance towards me. Do you want the prince for yourself, girl? If a commoner can become the queen, it's not too difficult to imagine yourself as princess, is it? How foolish. You're better off dreaming smaller dreams, girl. They laugh, and the irritation in my chest blazes into full-on anger. Is this what Ophelia has been dealing with for the past year? She's being treated so cruelly when she's done nothing but love the king. And I also ridiculed her just like that. Aww. Don't worry, baby, you're better now, Lucette. You've learned. I forced myself to look at the cruel woman as I moved my hand to the pendant hanging around my neck. I was just as cruel as them. I barely feel Viorica's hand as she rests it against my shoulder. Lucette, let it go. Her Majesty wouldn't want you to do this. But I can't just let these two women talk about Ophelia like this. I pull away from Viorica and stand for— Yo, go Queen, I love you! The Queen has a good heart. She's far more noble than either of you could ever hope to be. I think back on the times I was cruel to her. Ophelia could have easily reprimanded me for my behavior. She had that right as my stepmother. Yet she's been nothing but kind to me. Ophelia never got angry at me, even despite my treatment towards her and her family. Yo. She's always treated others with kindness, even when they're cruel to her. Judging from the bitterness in your accusations, it seems you are jealous of her. How pathetic. Yo, let's go, Queen! Burn them! Slay them! Hit the slay button! The other woman marches towards me and my free hand instinctively moves to hold her hand just before her palm reaches my cheek. I will not tolerate any insults towards the queen. Yo, we did a good deed! A soft light emanates from the pendant, and I can only stare at it in shock. I got another good deed? By defending Ophelia? Let's go, queen. Well, she's just a maid at the moment. Being a queen never leaves, even when you lose your position as princess. She's born to be a queen. Even if she wasn't born royalty, she's still a queen. The woman snatches her hand away. How dare a peasant like you talk that way to us? Have you no manners? I'm so proud of my daughter, Lucette, right? She's so good. I could ask you the same. What happened to yours? How dare you? Don't you know who we are, girl? I will see you pay for your impertinence. Yeah, try it. You won't. Our words have far more weight than yours ever will. I will go to the king myself to tell him about how rude you were. You think the king's gonna listen to you when you talk shit about his wife? Y'all delusional. I can pass on that message myself. I knew it was Rod. Let's go. I turn and see Rod walking towards us, his expression cold. The two noble women hastily curtsy. Oh, that must be why we did a good deed, because it made Rod happy. Oh, let's go. Your Highness. Given how her mother acted, I'm pretty sure she'd be more of a queen if she hadn't been born in royalty. Yeah, she would have been a tyrant. The noble women turn pale as Rod's eyes fall on them. Actually, we have an important dinner engagement. Yes, we do. And get out of here. The two noble women curtsy before quickly departing. Yeah, it's our boy, let's go! What are you doing here without your guards? What trouble have you gotten yourself into now? Oh boy, well, I feel like the best response when given the choice between telling someone something and not telling them something in an otome game is to tell them something. So let's tell them. Those women were insulting the queen. I thought a lecture was in order. Oh, but everyone is entitled to their own opinion. What? I narrow my eyes at him. Something like this can't be helped. Bad rumors are unavoidable. Rod looks away, his expression suddenly pained. Aw, you don't really mean that, Rod. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't wished for... Eh? Rod never finishes the sentence. He clears his throat before looking at us again. What? What was that sentence? Can you finish that sentence, sir? What was he going to say? Hey, Sebi! Can you spill the tea? Sebi! We shouldn't keep you from returning home, Viorica. If it turns out Elio chose the wrong answer and had to reload every time, I will laugh so hard. No! I swear to God, this can't be the wrong one, is it? I'll take Lucette back to the palace. Oh, I think this might have been the wrong choice. Oh no. Viorica's eyes narrow and she looks ready to say something, but Rod has already reached out for my hand and pulled me along beside him. Come on, give me that crystal. Come on! My eyes narrow as I recognize the path we're on. I was thinking that not saying it was better for once, so I'm kind of expecting that. Oh, guys! This is not the way back to the palace. Okay, yeah, the music changed and everything, so I think I got it wrong. Ah! That was the one I was so sure on too. Wow, okay. I'm not a romance expert. It is nothing. If you refuse to tell me what happened, I will have to assume that the noble women were telling the truth about you. Lucette has done nothing wrong. In fact, I think Lucette only did what you or Emmeline would have done had you heard the awful things those women were saying about your mother. What? She stood up for the queen when she didn't have to. It's not as though it's new for people who badmouth the queen, so no need to worry, Rod, about it. You're right, Twy, you're right. But still, I always feel like it's better to speak up when you do something. I finally had the right intuition with Rod. It's not Elia's birthday, it's mine. Let's go, Twy. You're the new Rod expert. Would you have believed me? Rod drops his gaze from mine. You never gave me a chance to believe you, didn't you? Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I've been making some strides, Rod. You still can't believe in me? Oh, that's sad. Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. Oh, he's saying that he would have believed. Okay, I misunderstood. He would have believed me? How am I to know that? Rod's like a walking contradiction. He really is. I'm glad that the game has recognized that, because I've been having a hard time choosing the right answers for him. Rod glances up again, this time to look at Viorica. We shouldn't keep you from returning home, Viorica. Wait, no, it was the right... Wait, no, guys, tell him it was the right answer? Wait, which is the right answer? Wait! Excuse me? Hold on. Was I right? Because I didn't see the pop-up. So was I right? Is Twy wrong? Is it my birthday? No, it isn't. We're going to the march-in. Why? You were right? I guess we'll see after this scene. I guess it's one of those really long delayed crystal indicators. Because I was on my way there before, I was forced to take a detour because someone was drawing attention to herself. What? But Rod ignores me and we walk the rest of the way to the march-in in silence. Oh, you were missing me, Rod? Is that it? You missed me? I consulted 7 guides. They all said tell him. Oh, I was right. Let's go. See, I told you guys, I'm a romance master. I am a romance master. Let's go. I only had one boyfriend in my life and it lasted for like a week, but let's go. Malta's the only person in the reception room when we enter. Prince Rod? Princess? It's a little late for the two of you to be here. I'd meant to be here earlier. See, I'll go lay down in fetal position. I am so sorry, Twy. You thought that you finally got it right. Is Lady Parfait here? Waltz nods. Ah yes, the 1 out of 7 times where you don't have to reload, and I have to reload because I thought I was wrong. Oh my god. I'll go get her. Wait here. As soon as Waltz leaves us alone, Rod turns to me, his expression rigid. Oh, it is do not tell him. Oh, I guess I have to reload. Okay, never mind, Twy. Never mind, Twy, you're right. Don't lay in the fetal position. I'm not the romance master. Never mind. Okay, Twy, celebrate. It is your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Twy. I am so happy for you. Take that, Mr. I had a boyfriend. Hey, it was only for a week. It was only for a week. When we were out of sight of Viorica's shop, Rod stops, releasing my hand as he turns to face me. Did you really think I would refuse to believe you if you told me the truth? Oh. You never liked me. You have no reason to believe me. Rod sighs, running a hand through his hair. I told you that I would help you break your curse, right? That offer alone should be enough for you to know that I... He's blushing. He loves me. Rod turns away, suddenly looking embarrassed. That I don't dislike you anymore. Come on. Come on, Sebby. Come on, Sebby. Spill the tea. That's not all he means. And then Twy 1, real dating experience, 0. Well, listen, it wasn't good dating experience. It was like, oh wow, I really fucked up at this date, didn't I? You're expecting me to just assume that? How would I know unless you made that absolutely clear? Well, I'll keep the guide open just in case for us, then, because we will accidentally reach the bad end. Oh boy. I do know that I still want to see the bad ends, but I would like to see the good end first, so that, like, the bad end won't hurt as hard. Well, I'm making it clear now. I understand. Anyway, thank you for standing up for my mother. Seems like you don't require my assistance in breaking your curse after all. The bad ends are all fucking heartbreaking, honestly. Oh god. Oh god, I have to prepare my heart. Oh no. Oh. He gestures to my necklace. Congratulations on your second good deed, Lisette. I mean, given how you described it, it wasn't really your fault that it didn't go well, but I digress. I guess the way I look at it is, it was kind of a contributing factor towards both of us on our date going bad. I should have chosen, because I was the one that suggested going to the movies, because I knew that he liked, like, DC, Marvel, and all of that. I knew that he liked comics like that. So I was like, oh my god, it would be really cool if we went to see Venom on opening night, wouldn't it? Like, that would be, like, really thoughtful of me to offer that. But no, going to a movie theater for your first date is not a good idea. Congratulations on your second good deed, Lucette. Suddenly tongue-tied, I find myself looking everywhere but at Rod. Well, you have 4 chapters till you reach an ending, so you know you have time to prepare yourself. Ooh, nice. Nice. When I've once again gathered my senses, I turn to the road. My eyes narrow as I recognize the path we're on. This is not the way back to the palace. The bad ends are so powerful, I cried a bit on Rumple's route, and he's my least favorite. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's terrifying, Jackie. Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't see that the thing was lit up. Rod steps closer and grabs my shoulders. Yo, he looks kinda cute in the CG, doesn't he? I wasn't able to say so earlier because we were out in public, but I cried on all of them. Oh. You should know just how much danger you're in now, and yet you thought it was okay to go around on your own? It was my day off today. It's not unreasonable for me to want time for myself. I love Rod so much, I would die for him. Yeah, I really like Rod. Like, when I came into this route, I definitely was like, you know, I don't want to do, like, my brother-in-law as a root, but like, he's so cute. He is so cute. Like, I love his personality. And like, he's got a bunny. He has like a bunny. Like, the moment I saw his design, I was drawn to him. And like, his personality is really cute. Like, I think he's a great example of a good tsundere. Time to yourself? Brother-in-law? That's not what it's called. Wait. Aren't they isn't he brother-in-law? Like, stepbrother. Stepbrother. Don't you understand the meaning of be careful? Why would you do something as foolish as going into town alone? I can't help but bristle at his tone. Brother-in-law would be if you married Emily. Okay, yeah, I did misinterpret. Oh my god, could you imagine? Could you imagine if that's what happened? I marry Emily and he becomes my brother-in-law. At least you didn't accidentally say adopted brother. Yeah, I adopted him to be my brother. You can now date both of us. And honestly, Emmeline Root, when? Where is the Emmeline Root? She gives me sapphic vibes. Emmeline gives me mad sapphic vibes. Why can't we date her? Like, she doesn't want to marry men. Please. Why are you so angry? Because you're... Red tails off and looks away. Because you're family. You trailed off there. I think you reworded what you were going to say. Can you maybe think a bit more about the previous statement that you were going to say? Sebi, spill the tea. So you're finally acknowledging me as family? I notice his cheeks turning red. He wants to be family, but not in that way. Yeah, please don't call her family, Rod, please. I don't want to be associated as a family member. Only if, like, it's like like, if I'm on your route, I want it to be like a family as in, like, oh yeah, we married, so now we're family. Kind of thing, please. To be honest, you're less of a family member and more just, thank you, Rod. Important. Thank you, Rod. Important? Because of all that you do for Emmeline. You're important to my sister. He looks uncomfortable as he says the words. I can't help but marvel at his embarrassment. I think that's not all that you're thinking, Rod, but okay. Why is he so embarrassed? But Rod changes the topic as he turns away from me. Oh, why were you with Viorica? I was digging up tea, sorry. Sebi wasn't spilling the tea, so I had to buy my own. I can only think of one reason you'd speak to her. My curse. You thought you'd find out about my curse through her? Is Lucette as important to your sister as she is to you? Do we get Emmeline Root? Yeah, when? Come on, devs. Daisuke? Give us the root that we desire. Give us the Emmeline Root. I shrug. Give us Sapphic Root, please. I can only assume that your curse has something to do with Viorica. I look up when Rod says something, then stare at the curious sight before me. Like, we can forego the entire thing of, like, her being in love with Viorica. We can go with she doesn't want to marry at the ball because she's in love with Lucette. Yeah, let's go with that. Give me a root. Give me her root. And then, you know, Rod can still get jealous because he also likes Lucette. So yeah, we can make this happen. He had taken Sebi off his shoulder and is holding the doll in his hands, away from his face. The two seem to be engaged in silent conversation. Then gently, Sebi speaks words I can hear. This is the right thing to do. You need to let her help you, Rod. Rod bites down on his lower lip before briefly closing his eyes. Eventually, he returns Sebi to his usual spot on his shoulder and turns to me. Fine. You're stubborn, and you're not going to quit investigating unless I tell you, are you? You're right. Oh wait, I read that as it being Sebi talking for a second. You're right. Viorica is the reason I was cursed. One minor issue is that unlike Rod, Emmeline has been trying to treat Lucette as a sister from the start. That's true. That is very true, Twy. It would still be a bit uncomfy. Rod sits down on the settee and lets out a heavy sigh. His eyes are far away as he speaks to me. I was in love with Viorica, but I wasn't brave enough to tell her. I just followed her around like some kind of puppy. One day, Viorica hadn't come home and it was raining very heavily, so I went out to look for her. I found her walking along the bank of the river. I called out to her to tell her to be careful, but I don't think she ever heard me. She slipped and... Rod swallows. He clenches one of his hands into a fist. She fell into the river. I dived in after her. I somehow managed to get both of us onto the riverbank, but it didn't look like Viorica was breathing. Also, I was right, he did save her! I didn't know what to do. I started panicking. I ran off to try and find her, help, but I couldn't find anyone in the storm. When I returned, she was gone. I rushed to her house and the doctor was already there tending to her along with Desmond. The one thing we can take comfort in is that no matter the route, Emmeline will always be your lovely sister-in-law one way or another, yes. It's always a blessing to have Emmeline in your life. I hope Emmeline gets to have a nice girlfriend, because I don't think she likes men. That's just the one thing I'm taking away from everything is Emmeline does not like men. Romantically. And if she does wind up with a man, I will headcanon that as compet. Rod's gaze is vacant as he nods. When Viorica began to fall in love with Desmond, I felt helpless. Did you not tell her that you were the one that saved her? Why would I? Viorica was so happy, believing that she and Desmond were fated to be together. I couldn't do that to her. Looks at Cinderella, phenomenon evermore, sigh, how I wish. Does she wind up with a man in the sequel? Yeah, that's compet. That's compet. But surely if you told her... Rod interrupts me. You know what, like, she's one of those queens that, like, is married and, like, a required marriage to continue, you know, the bloodline and everything, but she's actually having, like, actual romantic relations with her maid. I don't care if their happiness causes me pain. I'd rather bear that alone instead of bringing down those around me. I actually watched, like, a video about, like, gay people throughout history. Like, a lot of princes and princesses were honestly in just arranged marriages, but they actually had, like, a lover elsewhere that was, like, the same gender as them. Like, Emmeline is homosexual, biromantic. I do not accept a different answer. You know what? I will accept that. I will accept that. Let's go. My chest aches as I watch Rod's face. I never would have guessed that Rod would be so... With her maids. I feel like halfway you started projecting. Twy! I was honest. I was trying to be historical about all of the princes that... The princesses that were with their... lady-in-waiting. I swear I wasn't saying that because I want to be with a maid or anything. But that didn't stop me from thinking that I could still make her love me instead. I decided to become what I thought Viorica wanted most. The Prince Charming of the fairy tales she so adored. He's stumbling over his words, we got him. Oh no! And so I asked a witch to turn me into one. She stole my voice in exchange. Oh. Only then did I realize that she had inflicted the fairy tale curse upon me. The Mermaid's curse. Next day, the king turned up our house, proclaiming that he'd been looking for my mother for years, and that he'd never stopped loving her. When the king married my mother, I became a prince. That's why he doesn't want to break the curse! Oh, Rod. Oh, baby. When the king married my mother, I became a prince. It was just as the witch promised. But it didn't matter. I didn't see it when I made the deal with the witch, but I couldn't be blind to it forever. Oh my god, Rod, you big sweetie! Desmond and Viorica really do love each other. They make each other happy. Nothing I can do will ever change that. Rod, Prince Rod? Parfait pauses in her tracks when she sees me. Have I interrupted something? Oh my god, they all know that we're like an item now. No. Rod moves over to Parfait, but he stops to glance back at me. I won't be long. I honestly don't remember if anything was said about it or not, so speculation time. Ooh. Parfait looks at Rod and then at me, her face puzzled. But she does not say a word as Rod and her leave the room. Oh, baby. Poor Rod. I did not get the chance to discuss Rod's curse with him later that night, nor did I get the chance to speak with Parfait and Delora about my suspicions on Sir Alcaster. Days go by, but still, I find myself overwhelmed with preparations for the ball. Things become more frantic every day, making it difficult for me to have any time to speak with anyone. I think the king did always love Ophelia. He just might have given up on finding her, and the wish Rod made just made the king actually want to look for her. So I don't think they would stop loving each other if the curse was broken. But I'm not sure how the world would arrange itself to accommodate for, like, having the curse be broken. Like, would they just, like, be separated and not remember ever being together? And, like, he would have to find her all over again, maybe? I feel like if Lucette would help, if that did happen, they could find each other again. Eventually, I decide to write a letter containing my suspicions of Sir Alcaster. I tell Parfait and Delora that I believe he might be the witch they are looking for. I don't think the world changes when the curse is broken. It reverts back to the way it was before the curse, though, right? Like, if, Lucette breaks her curse, she'll go back to being a princess, right? I also add that I believe Fritz might somehow be involved, though my suspicions are not as well-founded with him. To make matters worse, he went and disappeared. I've not heard anyone mention his name here for a very long time. But yeah, I think that even if it does happen, like, if their memories get erased of this time and they, like, are back to being lost, I think Lucette would do a good job at, like, getting the king to find her again. I am forcefully pulled from my thoughts when I collide with someone. The linens I've been holding scatter over the floor. Excuse me, I did not... I look up and my voice trails off when I see who I bumped into. Even with Lucette, when she breaks the curse, the only thing that happens is everyone remembers her. But she still was the maid, those experiences don't disappear. And Emmeline will remember that she was her maid at a point. Rod's curse was having his voice taken, so pretty sure he would just get his voice back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now that you've explained it, all, like, the holes in my head kind of got rid of. Okay, that's good. That's good. So yeah, they wouldn't be separated. Oh my god, it's him! Ugh! Ugh! Oh, it's the Snake Man! He's attractive, but oh, it's the Snake Man! Lost in your thoughts. Sir Mithros looks at me, something veiled in his smiling eyes. Hi, Mithros, how are you? Do you like Mithros, Goldie? I suppose those are the linens the Queen asked for. Yes, please excuse me. I begin gathering up the linens, but as I reach out for one, Sir Mithros picks it up first. Allow me to help you. I'll be fine. But this was partially my fault. Let me assist you. No, go away! Mithros, you poor, poor boy. I hate you. Affectionate. That's how I feel with him, too. I'm like, oh my god, you swarmy little bugger ass, but I love you. I bite my lip and do not protest as Sir Mithros helps me gather the rest of the linens. This is evidence that I'm toxic because I like Mithros, but I also hate him. It's complicated. Does he see a death clock on Lucette or something? God, I love all the Naoya Mithros jokes. I'm contemplating my schedule for the rest of the day when I realize that Sir Mithros has been talking. I don't suppose you have any idea on who that maid is. Maid? There's a cold amusement in Sir Mithros' gaze. Surely you've heard the rumors of the young prince having been seen with a royal maid somewhere around town. No, didn't hear none of that. Rumor has it that Prince Rod has found love among the common folk, much like his royal stepfather has. And who the fuck cares if he has? Does it really bother y'all that much? Interesting. Rod with a maid? As far as I'm aware, the only maid he's been out with in town has been... I freeze as Sir Mithros straightens, patting down his clothes for dust before holding out some of the linens for me. Oh! You swarmy shithill, I want to punch you, me to all my problematic favorites. Yummy! Nagi Toko Kitty, so Joshua Twy, are you me? Those are exactly my problematic favorites. If it is true, I wish him the best, though I wish he would be more discreet about it. I will only be able to talk about him once you finish Waltz Route, though, so I'm staying quiet. Ooh. A royal scandal is the last thing we need right now. Oh my god, look at his face. Ooh. Ah, I'm down bad. I shakily take the linens from Sir Mithros as he inclines his head to me. Like, look at that grin, though. Oh. Have a good day, Lucette. Oh, hello, Archfiend. Yeah, you don't gotta wait for ads anymore. Hello. Hope you're having a good date. Bongs Elliot. Listen, Goldie. Are you not thinking the same thing? You've indicated that you're also of the horny Mithros. Also, thank you for the hydrate, Twy. I am thirsty. Thank you. Thank you. You should drink water too, Goldie. Just saying. Has Mithros been confirmed to be evil yet? Or are we doing the twist that he isn't the villain? There's been no confirmation yet. But I do believe so, yes. He just has that look. I walk to the dining hall in a haze, my mind whirling with the implications of what Sir Mithros has said. Oh, okay. So it's just me? It's just me is what you're saying, Goldie? Oh. I'm sure it was those noble women who spread this rumor. Ah, Lucette, thank you for bringing these to me. Just leave them on the table. Yes, you horny unmean Elio down bad, God. Guys, he's so slimy looking. See, the reason I like him is because he reminds me of Naoya. Naoya, but with green hair. I hate his personality from what I've seen, but he just reminds me of Naoya. I curtsy after placing the linens down as commanded. If that is all... that is exactly it, Jackie. I'm partial to Mithros because he kinda sorta looks like Naoya. Naoya, but with green hair. And I do like green hair. Listen, listen, I will defend Naoya. I will defend Naoya to the death. Like, Naoya is a complicated character. Yes, I am a Naoya apologist, okay? I can't talk about Naoya here because I'm streaming it, but you know damn well that Naoya is a complicated character, and that I will... Lucette, he's getting defensive over his problematic point. Listen, y'all, if y'all play Double Survivor to the completion, like, do all the routes and all that, you would know. You know Naoya is a complicated, complex character. God. And I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for him. I cry when I think about him. I straighten up the tone of Ophelia's voice. When I look up, I see that her expression is carefully still. Yes, he's a piece of shit, but he's a piece of shit with feelings. I really am an apologist. Naya has attractive traits, like being a nerd, and being a shitlord, and committing blasphemy. God. Y'all know there's more to Naya than that. Y'all know. I'm crying. I'm about to ask you something that you might not want to answer, but I very much hope you will. What? About whether Naya is problematic or not, Ophelia? Of course he's problematic, but I will defend him. I will answer if I can. Good. Ophelia sighs as she sits down on one of the dining table chairs and folds her hands on her lap. I've been trying to ignore it since palace gossip is mostly false, but I can't help my curiosity. I wanted to ask about your relationship with my son. What? Oh no. I understand you and Rod were out together in town a few days ago. You say that as if committing blasphemy is a bad thing in SMT games. That's all they do in SMT games. We need Mom's blessing. Come on, Elio, you got this. Yes, I do love him. Thank you, Mom. What a great Now You're Simping stream. I mean, Cinderella phenomenon stream. Don't worry about being an apologist. We're all Elio apologists, except for maybe Barn. Barn may be able to hide it, but I can tell he cares about me. Oh my god, Barn's in chat. He has been summoned. When I commit these things, I'm labeled as a menace to society. Yes. Yes. Perfect timing, guy. No. I'm gonna pretend that this conversation never happened. I understand you and Rod were out together in town a few days ago. Do you want to tell me what happened? Ooh. Oh god. What is the mod? Oh god, we got like 3 mods in chat. Okay, what poll are we making, chat? What poll are we making, mods? Oh no. What is the poll? Okay, mods, what poll you want? Yeah, unfortunately we're not in an SMT game. Are you sure? I think we're in Devil Survivor 1, actually. You wish I cared about you, Bun Bun. Derogatory. Bruh. I know you do. I know you do. Does Barn actually care for Elio? Okay, let's go. Alright, let's go. Does Barn actually care for Elio? This is a majority vote. And if no gets answered, I will just assume that Barn paid his way to victory. And it will show if you contributed channel points, Barn, so I will know. I will know. I will know the truth. Me about to collect every clip from every collab that proves Barn cares about Elio. I mean, I even recognize that I care about Barn, even though I talk about killing him. I'm still just like, yeah, okay, like, I would kill him, but, like, I care. Anyway, did I save? Yes, I did. Okay, I think what we gotta do is we gotta explain the situation. Dysfunctional family. Let me view the results, actually. I want to see this. Same parts of the 999 stream. If Barn cared, it disappeared after all of Elio's jokes. Okay, Barn putting in the nose. Alright, I see you. I'm gonna kill you, affectionate Elio at Barn. That really is me. That really is me. I love to hate him and hate to love him. Know the truth, Elio. I was the second no. Good job at lying, Barn. But the council has decided your fate. You do actually care about me. Alright, let's explain the situation. If you didn't care about me, Barn, we wouldn't have all those late night calls, okay? I'm calling you out. That's not even a lie. I voted no second. Yeah, sure, Barn, sure. If Ophelia is asking me about these rumors, then I can only imagine what sort of story those women made up. You're just putting up a front because you don't want chat to know that you care about me. Yeah, the council has spoken, Barn. Your opinion doesn't matter. Prince Rod was just on his way somewhere when he chanced upon me. Bestie's behavior. When he saw that I was in trouble with two noblewomen, he stopped to intervene. That is all. I'ma throw you affectionately, right? Because you care about me? Rod said the same thing. I also hope someone clipped me defending Nalia. That's the clip you show people to, like, dissuade people from watching me. You'd be like, are you sure you want to watch Elio? This is what he does. Then why did you ask me, Your Majesty? Food smells like cheeks, bro. Bussin' though? Damn. Yo, what food you eating, Archfiend? To see what you thought about the situation. I don't think anyone would get a say in what your relationship with Rod is. My relationship with Rod? Bart definitely cares because I say I'll throw you to people I care about. Let's go! I like you, Lucette, and I'm certain that you're good for Rod. If I had my way, I would let him court you. Yo, let's go! Look at that blush. Ooh. I feel heat in my cheeks as I trip over my words. The prince and I are not in a relationship. I'll lead the Elio smear campaign, God. I made the right choice, let's go! I didn't have to reload. A member of the royal family cannot end up with a servant. Where there's love, there's hope. Social status shouldn't stop you from being happy, Lucette. Got the mac with the beef and cheese, ooh. That sounds both good and disgusting at the same time, Archfiend. I guess it depends on the brand. Then, what about the fact that I'm Rod's stepsister? My true plan has come to fruition. I stopped the clip of Nalia defending. Yo, Bart is actually helping me. That means he cares about me. Only one in this chat who's gonna smear Elio's good name is me. Okay, backpedaling, Barn. You showed your true colors. I bite down on the statement fiercely. I already know what role I'm playing here, and I cannot break it. Ophelia looks at me with a complicated expression before she sighs. I will not push you on this any further. But be careful, Lucette. Your closeness with my son and daughter has not gone noticed. Also, Barn saying that the only one who's gonna smear Elio's good name is me is like me when I say I'm the only one that's gonna kill Barn because, like, I have said that I care about him, but also I'm gonna kill him. Killing you, affectionately. I did not believe in limiting relationships because of one's status, but I understand. I curtsy as I move towards the dining hall's entrance. What did Ophelia mean by that closeness not going unnoticed? Later that day, as I'm waiting outside the throne room for Emmeline to finish one of her classes, two maids walk towards me and stop in front of me. Lucette, isn't it? Yeah, if someone hated them, then why would they give them, like, funny nicknames like Bellio? Checkmark, gamers. What is it? I've already finished all of my tasks for the day. Also, yeah, Goldie is, like, the head of the revolution. Goldie has planned many times my demise, but at the same time, I can also tell that Goldie cares about me because we're besties. Oh, I'm sure you have. probably rush through all of them so that you could hang around the prince and princess tonight. The head housekeeper's been giving you a lighter load so you can afford the time to play around. I blink at them, confused. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. All the servants know what you've been doing. You're calling me a Kokichi Kinney in public. We're not besties. Yo, Goldie, I have a screen cap from literally during Danganronpa where you said, there's no need to hang out with Sumugi and Oma to be your besties because you're friends with me and Casa IRL. So you were admitting that we're besties. Just because you're Princess Emmeline's personal maid doesn't make you better than the rest of us. And be careful not to get too big for your boots, Lucette. Are you threatening me? What if we are? Then I'd be very disappointed in you. Yo, is that Rod? Oh, it's Emmeline! Even better! Let's go, Queen. Stand up. Stand up. Rise. Princess Emmeline. Emmeline moves to stand beside me, a disapproving expression on her face. I love to see it. I did not expect such petty cruelty from the two of you. I refuse to comment any further. Anything I say can and will be used against me. I'm glad you recognize that. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Your Highness. You really do have a talent for getting yourself into trouble. Rod. Rod pauses briefly, his eyes meeting mine for a second before he looks at the maids. Don't you have better things to do than bully my sister's maid? Okay, now kiss Emily. We apologize, Your Highness. We'll be on our way. Kiss the maids. I will kiss the maids. The two maids run off. Emmeline turns to look at me. Listen, I'll kiss the problematic out of you, okay? Are you okay? I'm about to answer when I notice that Rod is abruptly walking away from us. I frown at his back. Go blonde twins, go, hell yeah, let's go! He'd only just started being nice to me, and now he's back to acting as if I do not exist. Game got everyone being sus, everyone's acting up tonight. What did I do? Emmeline puts her hands on my back and gently pushes me forward. You wanted to ask him something, right? I could see it in your eyes. Emmeline smiles as she pushes the door to the throne room open. I have a few more questions to ask my teacher. I'll be a while. But, wait, now Rod is here, now kiss them both. I will kiss Emmeline like a lovely kiss on the cheek, and then I'll make out with Rod. But she disappears into the throne room before I can finish. Go girl, kiss my brother, do it, Emmeline, probably. Like she's got those little binoculars that all the rich people own. Emmeline being the real wing woman. I glanced down the hallway Rod just disappeared down, and then back at the throne room. My thoughts swirl together in a vague mess until I make my decision. Wait! At the sound of my approaching footsteps, Rod turns and looks at me. He scowls but does not say anything. Oh no, I have no idea actually. I have no idea. The dystonomy of man, that's like it's kind of like, when you say the dystonomy of man, it's like saying like there are two people. Emmeline is like, my brother has no game. Go fix that for him, will you? Okay, so this is complicated. Telling him off for his behavior doesn't sound nice. But at the same time, he's kind of that guy, you know? Elliot, do it. I'll tell you if you're right after you choose. Okay. Or say nothing. I feel like saying nothing doesn't really get you anywhere. Even though telling him off for his behavior isn't a good thing. Like, I think he might like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with behavior. Dichotomy. Oh, I've been saying it wrong. Dishtonomy. The words spill out of me before I can even think on them. I knew I was pronouncing it wrong, but I didn't know how to say it right. What have I done now to make you angry with me? Nothing. He turns away and I glare as I follow closely behind him. You expect me to believe that? Come on, Seppi, spill the tea. You can at least look at me when I'm talking to you. I reach out a hand to his elbow and pull him back so that his face oh! Rod. But the words die in my throat when I see the expression on his face. Is he gonna blush? He's blushing! His face is red and he refuses to look me in the eye. Yo, let's go. I was right. I knew it was good. I knew it was good to verbally abuse him. I knew he would like that. My surprise causes me to release him. Rod quickly turns around and begins to walk away. He really said that he likes that. I am left to stare dumbly after him. Yeah, Barn is Rumple. Yeah, Barn is Rumple. What is wrong with him? Normally he's not so afraid to speak his mind. I don't know, out of all the characters here, of the guys, I'd say I'd either be Waltz or Rod, honestly. I frown as I feel a dull ache throbbing somewhere deep in my chest. But then you guys are probably gonna be like, no, actually. Elliot be Rod. What is this? Why do I feel sad? You'd be Waltz. Trust me, oh boy. Is he a sad boy? He's gotta be a sad boy, right? Normally Rod's distance does not make me feel like this. And yet now... I love seeing really proper characters into being slapped around, right? And yet now, am I really so sad that he doesn't want to speak to me? Waltz gives me more Elio vibes, yeah, but Rod is deaf Elio's aesthetic more. Yeah, Rod's got like the bunny prince blonde hair aesthetic, but Waltz is definitely more of like a personality trait kind of similarity. And yet now, am I really so sad that he does not want to speak with me? I shake my head and take a deep breath to still my mind. Is it better not to think about it? You guys would be all, no, actually, I would say, well, actually, okay, Twy, proving me right. It is the day of the ball, and I am waiting for Emmeline to finish her last dance rehearsal. The lesson was over an hour ago, but Emmeline remains here to continue practicing the steps. Meanwhile, I'm preoccupied with thoughts of Rod's curse. Yo, you're just preoccupied with thoughts about Rod. Don't be fooling yourself here. I cannot believe that Rod traded his voice for a title. So... the reason the king was able to find Ophelia was because of Rod. It is a little difficult to wrap my head around the implications, but one thing bothers me. Rod told me why he has the curse, but he gave no explanation as to how to break it. I feel like I would have liked Waltz more if I wasn't horrifically spoiled by his root, and now I'm a Fritz simp. Honestly, from what I've seen of Fritz, I am also a Fritz simp, Jackie, so that is extremely valid. How did it go in the original fairy tale? Emmeline finished up the last steps of her routine before walking over to me. I hand her the glass of water I was holding for her. Thank you, Lucette. I Emmeline must notice my curiosity because she stops to look at me quizzically. Like, I tend to go for, like, the childhood friends. And, like, Fritz gives me that vibe. Rod has the Little Mermaid princess curse, as he must get the girl of his dreams without using his most charming asset. We shall see, I suppose. Elliot, are you doing karma next? I'm gonna be following what the itch.io says for root. Oh, here, let me turn down the music. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna be following the route order suggested on the itch.io page. So whatever comes after Rod is gonna be the one I'm doing. Is something the matter? I read a little bit of that fairy tale, but never finished it. How's the music now, everyone? Is the music still loud? Can you tell me the whole story of the Little Mermaid? The Little Mermaid? Emmeline takes a seat on one of the chairs bordering the throne room and gestures for me to take the one opposite of her. Oh, we are doing karma next. Let's go. Let's go. Karma, honestly, I have gender envy of karma. Telling a fairy tale is always a good way to wind down. Once upon a time, there was a mermaid that fell in love with a handsome prince. One day, when she swam to the surface of the ocean to find him, she saw that the prince was celebrating his birthday on the grandest ship in the kingdom. I'll be saying Akabane a lot. Karma is so good, fucking same. We stan gender non-conforming royalty. No wonder everyone falls in love with Karma. They're too irresistible. The Little Mermaid was captivated by the human party and stayed to watch. Then suddenly, a violent storm hit and the prince was thrown from the ship into the ocean. The Little Mermaid saved the prince and took him safely to shore, but she couldn't stay long. She eventually had to return to the ocean and leave him on land. This is similar to Viorica's rescue. The Little Mermaid was so in love with the prince that she went to see a witch who offered to trade her a potion that would turn her mermaid's tail into legs. This really just is Rod's whole story right here. They struck a deal. The mermaid would sacrifice her beautiful voice for legs so that she could live with the prince on land. My non-binary karma headcanon is still there, and yes, I will be annoying about it every stream. It is not annoying at all, and I agree with you, and that is incredibly smart and big-brained of you. So, in Rod's case, ask me nothing, nothing? Thank you. Thank you for asking me nothing, Hamad. Oh, and thank you for the hydrate, Goldie. So, in Rod's case, he traded away his voice to become a prince. However, the Sea Witch gave the Little Mermaid a warning and said that if she wasn't able to make the prince fall in love with her, there would be consequences. So I think I unplugged my charger, so let me feel around in the dark for it. Ooh. Hold on. Sorry, I just don't want to stream with my charger not plugged in. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Consequences? Yes, namely, if the prince fell in love and married someone else, the mermaid's heart would break and she would dissolve into sea foam. I personally think Karma bounces off with Lucette well. He keeps switching between second or third fave. Non-binary Karma, so true. Yo, let's go. I already found my charger. No rioting. No rioting. I cannot help but recoil. My expression must betray my horror because Emmeline quickly shakes her head. There's no need to be worried. Rod has said that his curse is different from the fairy tale. Oh, Elio, some madman wanted to start a riot. I saw it. I saw the flames being stoked right in front of me. It was you, Twy. And you believe him? Emmeline shrugs helplessly as she puts down her now empty glass of water. The fairy tale curse always twists the original fairy tale, right? Besides, it's not as if Rod traded his voice for legs, and I've never heard of a cursed person that dies because they cannot break their curse. That may be true, but Emmeline does not know what Rod traded his voice for. She does not know that he did it to become a prince for Viorica. Rod is already hiding things from him. Goldie and Twy are on the same team. Oh no, that's something to be feared. Elio's chargers Sonic on a treadmill. Yo, let's go. I never did like Sonic anyway. I always was more of a Tails guy. Is it possible that Rod will die the day Viorica marries Desmond? Oh god, oh no. Rod, just fall in love with someone else. Maybe someone in front of you right now. Maybe someone with red hair and golden eyes. In a maid outfit. Maybe. Later that day, I find Rod in the dining hall. He appears to be inspecting the seating arrangements for the night's banquet. Alright. Okay. So I think I am going to end here for the night. Because we've been streaming pretty long. How long have we been up? 4, 5, 6, 7? I think I've been streaming for 7 hours. I've been streaming since I woke up, you guys. Maybe someone in front of you right now. Wait, Rod isn't in this scene. Who is Rod falling in love with? The girl reading this right now. That's who Rod is falling in love with. Anyway, thank you guys for coming to Cinderella Phenomenon. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for my birthday stream. We're gonna be playing One Beat Heart, which is one of my favorite games. Oh. Why was I about to say that? It is not one of my favorite games, actually. It's the spin-off to one of my favorite games of all time. It is the sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, and I have mixed feelings about it. So we will be experiencing it, and I will be love bombing Misane very hard. And then we'll be doing Minecraft, and then maybe some bad end theater after Minecraft. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's almost 4-hour Night on the Rabbit stream. Yeah, oh. Thanks for the streams. No prob. I have class. What time? It'll be at 2 p.m. PST when we start with One Beat Heart. And I actually don't remember how long One Beat Heart is, but I'm gonna beat it in one sitting. That is my goal. One Beat Heart, let's go. Yes. I can't wait for the next one. One Beach Heart, which is essentially the beach episode. I actually came up with a fan sequel to One Beat Heart called One Bitter Heart, because when you say it in Japanese, when you say one bit heart, when you say one beat heart in Japanese, it's one beat heart. So I was like, oh, if you made another sequel, you could call it One Bitter Heart, and it would be pronounced One beat heart. Anyway, sorry, I'm going talking about stuff and getting distracted because we're talking about One Bit Heart. Oh, you guys, stop! You're gonna make me want to stay here and talk. I gotta do stuff. You guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys later, okay? I'll see you guys later, alright? Oh, let's also raid someone. Let's raid someone, shall we? Let's raid someone. Yeah, let's raid someone. We got a few people that we can raid here, that are doing things tonight. If you guys are down for some, Genshin Impact, we will be raiding Mendy. So, if you have access to the, what is it? What emote do I use? Dabbing. If you guys have access to the dabbing emote, bombard Mendy with some dabs. And if not, wish Mendy a happy day, would ya? Say something nice and positive and great towards Mendy. And if he is pulling in Genshin, wish him luck. Anyway, see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye.